We might be able to use some of it, you never know.
So, go ahead with the reason that you despise Armando Ianucci.
I tried to stay away from Armando Ianucci. Like I said, some of his stuff is really funny. Didn't he do...
he did Alan Partridge. He did
Partridge.
Thick of It.
The Thick of It, that's it.
Yeah.
He did The Thick of It, and I watched that, and I thought, yeah, he's excellent. And then, when I was at university, one of my professors, lecturers, he's a doctor actually, but I never know what to call him.
Split hairs, yeah.
Split hairs, eh? He was the guy who was into, oh yeah, I'm really into modern theatre.
Right.
And he was kind of up himself, and he always wanted to do something that was different because it was different, not because it had any good thing to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Armando Ianucci had written or had been directing a Repo, the genetic opera, in Leeds.
All right.
And so this guy said, "Hey, you should everybody go and see this thing. It's really good. Go and see it. Go and see it." And I was at the age where I was able to get free theatre tickets, so I went and got some free tickets to it. And it was the biggest pile of shit I have ever seen.
Is that not more of an issue with Repo the Genetic Opera?
No, because I've seen the film version and it's excellent.
Oh, really? But Armando's spin on it.
But Armando Ianucci's one, I was like, no, Armando.
I don't think you know where Armando Ianucci's from.
I only just made the rhyme. And no, I don't.
He's Scottish. He is a Scottish man.
It sounds very Scottish to say Ianucci. So, since then I kind of fell out with him.
Armando, you have been warned.
No, Armando.
Merge. Meld and merge. One way, dual carriageway.
For a second, I thought you were going to break into song. One way or another.
I'm going to find you. It's just Stephen Hawking wooing his next mistress.
I thought the way he wooed them was just by being paralysed and letting them give him sponge baths. Because apparently that worked on the last wife. Sorry, current wife.
Yeah. Oh.
Are we making Hawking jokes?
Oh, touch me. Touch me. I want to feel it. Your body.
And then you touch me. And then you feel me.
Till I can get my... Oh my god, it all makes sense.
Satisfaction.
Oh, it all makes sense now.
Hawking satisfaction sounds like something that should be a physics phenomenon. There's just like...
Yeah. The Hawking satisfaction is that feeling you get just before you come. Just that weird little... That's the Hawking satisfaction.
Just before the moment of release.
Yeah. This is a weird way to start, isn't it?
It's a very pleasant way to finish, though.
Yeah. Meanwhile, tucked away in Greenland, in a cave, Olaf Bathtime and his crew of Vikings prepare for the next episode. Olaf, I have brought many notes. I feel this will be a very topical and funny episode. Olaf, why does everything smell like a delightful rose scent?
It is bath time.
Of course it is.
For I am Olaf Bathtime.
It is always bath time with you. Olaf, your wife, she claims you are too pruny. Your folds and wrinkles, they do not derive her any pleasure.
Silence, she likes my wrinkly pad.
Oh, even your testicles are so wrinkled they look less like a brain, more like the crags.
Hey, stop looking at my balls.
All I'm saying is perhaps a nice milky bomb next time to really cover everything.
No, not another milky bomb.
Anyway.
Apparently we've got a one-track mind.
Yeah. This
is what happens if we don't let it out every now and then.
Yeah.
It just builds up.
Yeah, exactly.
And explodes everywhere.
Exactly.
In a horrible mess that just covers many things.
We simply must expunge the Olaf Bathtime. Get it out there for the world.
I like it. Sponge bath time. Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Puns!
So, we'll start with levity because, well...
It wouldn't be one of our podcasts if we didn't go somewhere else.
We gotta go to the dark place again. And not Garth Marenghi's dark place, unfortunately.
So many dark places.
So many.
So many, it's cold.
Yeah, so the world is a shit show right now. Let's
take a tour of the shit show.
Yeah, so let's
start with the biggest shit of all.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about. I can only assume it is President Assad because he has a sad ass. Melania, you hear that? It's a quality joke. It was a beautiful piece of chocolate cake and a beautiful joke.
Oh my god, chocolate cake. Why was he so...
And then
the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake.
So, Donald Trump, whilst eating a beautiful piece of chocolate cake and talking to the Chinese Prime Minister?
I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, a Chinese high up decided, time to bomb Syria.
Well, it wasn't that he decided to tell the Chinese premier during the chocolate cake. Oh, by the way,
something is mine.
Are you really enjoying that chocolate cake? Because I just launched 59 missiles at Syria.
Oh, the way that I am destroying this piece of brown thing, it just reminded me. I've just decided to destroy a whole bunch of brown people. I just something twigged. I don't know what it is.
Did you see that in an interview? He'd said he'd launched them at Iraq.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. And
I think he just had that war on his mind.
Yeah, we had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake, and that was when I had to say to him, "We've started to bomb Iraq." And
do you mean Syria?
And he just looks at it and he's like, "Yeah, Syria.
Syria.
Syria."
It was a rare occasion where he didn't try and cover it up.
Yeah,
he
did both.
He'd been caught in a mistake, and he didn't try and blame someone else or cover it up.
Yeah,
because normally he'll try and deflect. And draw attention to someone else and say, "Oh, it's your fault," or move on and try and cover up, because he says so many words per second.
But well, I think if you look at the borders, actually Iraq and Syria are technically the same country.
Technically, they're very close together.
I'm not wrong.
If we look at the borders, and they're moving on, and don't forget about Mexico, and then China is also there and doing their thing, and we're doing with the chocolate cake.
You didn't even see Sean Spicer lean his head into shot and go, what the president actually meant to say was, even Hitler didn't use chemical weapons on his own people.
Oh, Shawnee.
Oh, Shawnee. Shawnee Spice. Oh.
Shawnee Spice.
Oh, Shawnee Spice. You too hot for this, White House. Hachow. No. So he seems to have gone pretty quiet in terms of the old goofball.
He's kind of calmed down a bit, hasn't
he? Yeah, but I think after that, someone has finally gone, Sean, we're going to give you a piece of paper. Only read that piece of paper.
There was one that was a recent one where he had to mention... I can't do it because I don't have the name with me either. But he was talking about the Interior Minister for Iran in charge of the military operations there.
Yeah.
And he was like a 4-year-old trying to read Hamlet. And Mr. Imam Kahamli is the Interior Minister... And not the right name, but still, it was pretty funny.
A better job than Sean Spicer did.
So should we talk about the monumental occasion? The biggest, most triumphant 100 days.
Do I have to?
This is what I love about it.
ISIS still going strong after 100 days. He said 60.
Oh yeah, true.
Bad, sad.
Sad, bad. But it's not been 100 days. Everybody's saying he's been in office for 100 days, but you're all forgetting that he takes weekends off.
And some weekdays.
So at most, by the time we get to the 100 days, which is this Saturday, he'll have been actually in his office for 70. So he's still got another month.
70 is really quite impressive. I didn't see it as being that high.
Yeah.
But even then, 30 days not being in the office, pretty much everyone golfing.
Yeah. True.
That's what you're really supposed to be doing.
You know, might be working on your handicap. You might be working on...
Helping the handicapped, maybe.
Don't reduce your handicap, reduce the national deficit.
He took it upon himself to start bombing Syria from afar. You know, he's the big kid holding the little kid at arm's length and just kicking him in the nuts.
Yeah, true. Well, that
but
was
he's bombing
in response to a certain alleged thing.
Yeah, allegedly Assad using chemical weapons against his own people.
Well, Syrian rebels. Still Syrians.
Believe it or not, Syrian rebels are still Syrians. It's weird, I know.
It's odd how that happens, isn't it?
Oh, Doctor, this is such a weird one. I'm thinking. And
do you want to talk about some more of his promises that he broke? Because he said he was going to defeat ISIS within 60 days.
Go for it.
How about the import on Muslims?
Yeah.
Complete ban, complete shutdown of all Muslims.
No more Muzzies.
Fail.
Sad.
He tried to cut federal funding for sanctuary cities.
Yeah, and that has just been...
That has literally just been...
Senior High Court judge has just basically thrown that out.
Well, it was a circuit judge in California, but he made a judging on the law.
Yeah.
And said, yeah, this can't happen.
No.
The White House response was that it was an egregious overreach by a single unelected judge.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't understand. That's his job, is to keep you in check.
This is the point of what he is there for. Then there was also the...
There was one of... I think a Hawaiian judge did overturn one of the travel bans.
Yeah.
That he tried to...
And Mike Pence said basically, oh, well, it's okay for him to say that all the way over there in that Pacific island. Yeah, it's still a state.
It's still one of your states, mate.
Yeah, if you wanted to give it up, that's fine.
I'm sure they'd be okay with it.
But I think you'll find that Hawaii, one of them 50 there, bro. One of them 50 little stars you got on that old
one of
little...
those stars you got going on.
Flingly-dingaling.
But then America's not very good at keeping track of all its colonies and dependents.
No.
Like places like American Samoa, you can be you're a national, so you're an American national, but you're not a citizen, which means that you can fight and die in their wars, but you can't vote for their president.
Democracy, that's democracy.
Yeah, the really insulting part is why it's stupid. And I have to thank John Oliver for bringing me this knowledge, but it's
Johnny.
because good old J.O.
He's English.
He's English going over there to America.
Going over there stealing their jobs, that's what I like to see.
Lad on tour. So the reason is that it was when the Constitution was first written in America, and it said it included these lands, but excluded the people because they were considered subhuman aliens who didn't share the same Celtic origins or practices.
Nice. Is that the same for Puerto Rico as well? Then?
I don't think they're excluded on the same terms, but they still pretty much the same thing. They're nationals and they can fight and die in their wars, but they can't vote for president.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it's even worse for Puerto Rico because they can.
I like the way that you can't really say American Samoa, but Puerto Rico.
I'm all over it. Because I've heard a representative, because both states, in inverted commas, have representatives who can go to the Senate, but they can't vote in anything.
Yeah.
And when I heard, because normally I'd say American Samoa, but the American Samoan representative called it Samoa.
Yeah, they emphasise the SA.
Yeah.
Samoa.
So I can't quite decide how to say it.
Yeah.
But Puerto Rico, I know how to say that.
Puerto Rico!
Especially with a racist accent.
It's
anyway,
not racist. It's linguistically accurate.
Sure it is, yeah. It's chameleonic.
Chameleonic will be the name of our self-titled album.
Third album.
Yeah.
Raving
The difficult one.
The difficult third, yeah. So yeah, Trump has been doing the things.
Yeah, and should we come back round to the other Trump thing, or should we plough headlong into that one as well?
The other Trump thing, let's do it.
About how we're all going to die. Things are escalating in North Korea for reasons that aren't always making a lot of sense.
No.
Korea always posture because that's what North Korea. South Korea just sit there and make Samsungs that explode.
Not strictly true. There've been a lot of posturing on both sides of the border this last week. It's been escalating furiously, like a teenager trapped with a magazine in a closet.
I don't think you mean escalating. That's another ing.
It's something else. It begins with an E.
Yeah. Timmy, why is it so sticky in here all of a sudden? Oh, I just washed all these clothes.
Timmy, have you seen my swimsuit magazine? No, Mom. Leave me alone.
Oh, so we've got a one-track mind today.
I told you earlier, this is the thing. I went on the internet trying to find interesting topics to talk about. I got depressed and I tried to find something that was more interesting.
And then I come along with my Metal Ray Solid, the Phantom Peen pictures, and all of a sudden...
Yep. That's my evening taken care of.
Yeah, so... carry on with...
No, so North Korea had a anniversary recently.
Mm.
It was 60 years, I think, since the... since the founding of the country.
Yeah, since the forming of the DKR.
That's the one. And so they had, as
military parade, military parade,
massive military parade right through. Which city was it? I can't remember. North Korean capital city is Harry Potter Go-Go. Because you didn't see me flick my pen like a wand.
Nope. No, Pyongyang.
Pyongyang, yeah, okay, yeah. They had, it was quite a impressive thing. They had like squads of men doing the goose steps.
The weird little, hibbity haps.
Massive, like high impact marching. They had big artillery guns and they had tanks and they had things that looked like missiles and rockets. Although, as one commentator pointed out, these could just be green barrels on the back of a lorry.
Yeah.
We don't know that these are ballistic missiles because we just don't know what they are. Your smug face is incredible. Girls, I got Pyongyang.
Which means I got a smelly balls.
Oh, nice.
I got the Pyongyang.
Pyongyang. So yeah, they had this massive military.
Talk about a racist accent.
Well, that was just...
Pyongyang.
No, that was me enjoying saying the word Pyongyang.
Pyongyang. Oh.
Which is a good word to say.
It is Pyongyang.
Try it at home.
Just repeat after us. Pyongyang. Pyongyang. Pyongyang.
Capital of North Korea is
Pyongyang. Anyway, so
yeah, they had this
lovely
big
military
deal.
processions, all lovely as it every year pretty much they do it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just any excuse really.
Yeah.
And this excuse was, hey, 60 years or something similar.
Yeah.
And then obviously the American press was all like, hey, Donnie, what are you going to do about this? And he's like, oh, well, we're going to strongly respond in a bigly way.
Bigly. I'm going to send a ship to Australia.
No, he's going to send an armada.
I'm
going to send I directly dispatch an armada to the peninsula, which was already in Indonesia, I think, and
then went the wrong
way. To Australia, which is the opposite direction. It was going to go to North Korea eventually. This carrier group was going to go there eventually. But then, I think yesterday or today, America have been installing anti-missile systems in South Korea.
Yeah. And
the South Korean military and Americans have been doing some joint exercises with live fire ammunition to demonstrate their preparedness. Obviously, the most safe place for them to do this kind of demonstration is on the border with North Korea, who are a couple of miles away, are demonstrating their artillery prowess with their massive artillery guns, which can actually hit the capital of South Korea, which is... I know this one. Seoul, South Korea. Seoul, Korea. So yeah, there's a lot of posturing going on, a lot of people pointing guns at each other going, pew, 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 I can pew, pew.
Pow, pow, pow.
Because that's what people do with guns, not because that's how Koreans sound.
That's just their language.
That's just their language.
All them weird little lines, that's what they mean.
So yeah, that whole thing is...
bluster and bravado,
escalating.
eagerly building up. But they feel the way about North Korea in America, the way that they did about Russia in the Cold War.
Yeah,
and they're not getting the huge dramatic difference. Like, Russia had and still has the most amount of nukes on the planet.
At the peak, their stockpile was 31,000 warheads.
Wunderbar.
In 1967 seconds? 1967. Current stockpile approximate is 4,000.
Right, okay. So Russia must have at least 6,000 then.
I'd reckon so, yeah.
And North Korea have one.
One which they can't launch.
Yeah. So again, this is kind of the equivalent of, the little really annoying kid has, I don't know, he's brought in like a really sharp pair of scissors to the school, He's making some vague allusions like, oh yeah, come near me. Come on, I brought scissors. I'm ready to do some damage.
Come on, bro. I'm going to get you.
And the biggest fucking beefy kid in school... Well, first of all, he's gone down the wrong end of the playground. So
yeah.
the little kid doesn't have to be too worried.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's gone down the south end of the playground, and the little kid is like, oh, why is he going down there? That's weird.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll just keep marching up and down with my scissors out, and
gonna keep on marching with these scissors.
Yeah, don't do that, kids. It's dangerous. But then the big kid has realised he's going in the wrong direction, and he's come back over. And the big kid has a gun, because of course he does, he's America.
Because he's an American kid at high school. So
yeah, he has a gun.
He brought a gun to school.
And he's saying, oh, come on then, come on, you got a pair of scissors, fucking come on then.
You want a gun, mate? Come on.
Fucking, if you do anything with those scissors, you cut any paper, I'm going to blow your fucking head off. And all basically encouraged by Fox News. One of the things, another promise by Donald Trump was kind of retracting back from the world, coming back, America becoming more focused on itself, getting less involved internationally.
Yeah.
And in his first 100 days, he's bombing other countries, he's threatening to bomb other countries, he's sending armadas to the wrong countries. So,
well,
to be fair, I don't think he actually sent them there. They've just obviously got awful captains.
No, I think the battle group was already on its way to Australia.
Yeah.
It was due to go there for like a refit or something.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, cool. After we've been to Australia, we'll go to Korea.
Yeah. And they're just...
But it's
they
just
got to Australia and they were a bit like...
It's the way that Sean Spicer and Donald Trump framed the message. They were like, yeah, they're steaming across the ocean right now into this... What you mean right now is in 3 months they will be headed into North Korean waters. Well, into the Sea of Japan. But yeah.
So yeah, we're all gonna have fun times. Let's face it, if nuclear Armageddon does happen, it's not gonna be it might be because of North Korea, but North Korea aren't gonna do it.
No, they're not.
It's gonna be America and it's gonna be Russia because
they're the ones who have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
So we kind of do actually.
Oh yeah, we do as well, but
we've got a couple of dozen nuclear warheads, but that's enough.
As little credit as I give Theresa May, I don't think she's ever pushed the button because she does seem far too level-headed for that. Whereas Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin's probably level-headed enough not to do it, but he's also easily
egotistical enough.
Yeah, he's egotistical, and he could be easy enough to antagonise that, or if you wanted something bad enough. That he will. I don't think he'd be afraid to do it. India and Pakistan also maybe,
maybe.
Yeah. If
France.
Argument over Kashmir gets a little bit more volatile, possibly.
Everybody likes a nice scarf.
Especially Led Zeppelin, they fucking love it. And they have a song about it.
Yes, they did. Or was that something else? No, maybe it wasn't.
I feel there's a thought there.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
France, they probably wouldn't.
Yet,
depending on who they elect.
Yeah. Are you going to go with business appeasing Macron, who's he's liberal to right? He's that awkward little. I'm making
You're making a horrible gesture here.
Right
like
now,
you're cupping someone's balls.
Yeah, right now it looks like I'm funneling the old Macrons. Macarons. That's how he got big. That's how he came to the dance. Pastries.
He brought macaroons.
Yeah.
Nice.
He verges between liberal and right. So he'll be kind of like pro-business and stuff, but he's just a fucking sensible option.
He's pro-business, pro-Europe, and patriotically French as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the alternative is I've forgotten her first name. Marine Le Pen, which is of course French. Oh fuck!
Waterproof writing implement.
Yeah, indeed, a pen you can use underwater.
Yeah, there you go.
Biro underwater.
Underwater Bic. Which incidentally is what Olaf Bathtime has as well.
I spend so much time in here. Why am I Arnold? I don't know.
Anyway, Marine Le Pen, who's the leader of...
Oh, sorry, go on.
She's the daughter of... go on, I don't know his first name. I was just going to go with, she's the leader of Le Front National, which
you don't have to do an awful lot of translating on.
Oh, she's the leader of the National Front, and if you if you live in a country which doesn't have a party called the National Front, or any kind of party that has the word national in it, then you are a lucky person, because any party called the National Front is going to be right-wing, just fuckheads. And lo and behold, they are. Although, we should say Marine Le Pen is, while she's running for president of France, will not be the leader of the party. She stepped aside this week.
Okay.
She said, I will focus my energies on running the country. I will not be the leader of the party if I will.
Hope she doesn't. To go back, Jean-Marie Le Pen.
Jean-Marie.
Basically both right-wing fuckwads.
Pretty
And
much.
like a further right than Donald. The old
Surprisingly,
Donalds.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's worrying how popular that kind of thing is. And it's becoming across Europe, because you had like, was it Geert Wilders?
Geert Wilders in Holland.
Holland, who came not massively close, but he was basically down to the last two
or three, yeah.
for getting into the Dutch head seat. Austria, again, they had a right wing guy getting pretty close. So it's
bad history.
Bad history there, guys. At the moment, the case seems to be most places will have quite a popular right-wing surge, but it's not quite enough to get them over the line. Let's keep that up, guys. Well done.
Yeah.
Come on, Macron.
Come on, Macron.
Come on, Macron. Lads are dead.
Away the Macron.
Indeed. Good old Turkey Eddie.
Sorry, what?
Good old Prezi Erdogan.
Erdogan.
Yeah.
Erdogan.
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 Who had there was a referendum in Turkey as to whether to allow him further powers as president, and the vote, much like Brexit or UK leaving the EU, as it will now be referred to, it was passed a roughly 51 to 49% vote. However, of course, there's allegations of tampering.
If you've noticed anything to do with Turkey in the last year or two,
yeah.
It's probable that things weren't quite as transparent as Erdogan would like you to think. Considering that when Turkish officials try to hold rallies in other countries, and those countries said, no, you're not going to do campaigning for politics that's outside of our country, he called them Nazis.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's as bad as the Nazis. I'm like, well, you just lost that argument.
Yeah. Godwin's Law.
Ah, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Godwin's Law is an internet adage which asserts that as an online discussion grows longer, the probability of a comparison involving Hitler approaches 1. That is, if an online discussion, regardless of topic or scope, goes on long enough, sooner or later, someone will compare someone or something to Hitler or his deeds.
Yeah.
And essentially, if you get to that point, you've lost the argument because you've invoked Hitler. This is like the opposite of playing your get out of jail free card. You played the Hitler card.
Yeah.
Go to jail.
Do not pass go. Go directly to jail.
Presedagan. To portmanteau him. Presedagan. His new powers, if it actually goes through, would include him getting rid of the position of Prime Minister.
Yeah, so elected,
a position which he himself held.
He did hold, yeah. An elected official who's there to keep you in check. Yeah, we'll get rid of him. We don't need him.
We don't need checks and balances. Why? No, I'm pretty great.
We don't need those.
You mentioned that the judiciary will essentially be beholden to him.
I think so, although I might be completely wrong on that. So I found some information here.
Yeah.
The president will have a 5-year tenure for a maximum of 2 terms, which means that he could be in office until 2029.
Yeah.
He will be able to directly appoint top public officials, including ministers and one or several vice presidents. Oh yeah, he will have the power to intervene with the judiciary, which Mr. Erdogan was accused of being influenced by Fethullah Gulen, who is a preacher
in
Pennsylvania, who was blamed for a failed coup last year. And he will decide whether or not to impose a state of emergency. So these are the new things that the
And
president
of course,
can do.
if you declare a state of emergency, you essentially take totalitarian
You
rule.
basically, you're a totalitarian dictator.
Ah,
Would you look at that?
how about that?
How about that?
Ah,
So yeah, he managed to
cash me at the referendum. How about that?
cash me with a yes vote. Their ballots were amazing. They would literally just said yes or no.
Yeah, was yes like bigger?
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just like
Yeah.
one half of it's like gigantic yes and tiny no in the corner.
Turning in a little corner.
So,
And the question is, do you want President Erdogan to make sure that Turkey remains safe and secure for the next X amount of
For the next 10
decades
years.
to ensure that Turkey can become the world power that it so desperately needs to be? Yes! Oh no.
oh no, this is it. There was no question on it. It was just yes or no.
Yeah. People in the rural village just like, well, what am I putting yes or no? Just tick one.
Make a choice.
Which seems more positive to you, yes or no? Well,
Now that you mention it, yes.
I'm gonna go with the affirmative, but I don't know why. So yeah, any other international politics that are tickling the fancies?
Any more internationals? No, I think I'm good.
No. So yeah, in terms of the broader world scope,
That's where we're at.
it's probably the only
That
noise.
was a negative sound, by the way.
Yeah.
You couldn't see his face there, but that was a negative sound.
Yeah. I appreciate Timmy in his cupboard may also make that noise.
Or a similar one.
Yeah, but this was a noise of confusion and worry. I'm making my point. I'm like an old-timer radio presenter pointing at the microphone.
It's like we're in Harry Potter trying to cast spells at the microphone. I'm making my point.
In terms of the world, it'd be very tempting to bury your head and ignore it. That'd be really nice, but don't, because shit's gonna happen.
Because shit's going down.
Keep informed. Keep listening to us. If you listen to nothing else, listen to us. We will bring you the facts, that have
eventually, maybe.
Yeah, filtered its way down.
We might even give. No, we won't give sources.
No,
we should credit us. No,
footnotes.
Footnotes.
Audio footnotes.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Pause the video now to hear the footnotes. Well, in fact, the footnotes is just it's a commentator's track, which is an alternate video.
Yeah.
You have to listen to it over the same time as playing this video.
But it's just someone.
It's just more of us talking.
Someone
about
sarcastically just going, "They just got that from the fucking Metro." That they read that in the Sun.
Well, I know this guy likes watching American TV, and have I got news for you?
Yeah. Oh, what a surprise! Lefty liberal wanktard. Take that, SJ-Dub.
Wanktard, it would be the name of our 5th album.
No, wanktard is just what Timmy did before he came out of the cupboard.
He did wank pretty hard. He had to, because his mum was downstairs.
On that note, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Humble. This was the news.
This was not the news.
No.
This was something.
If this was the news, give up. It's done.
It's done. We're over.
I can meld.
Really?
I can meld.
American nuclear weapons.
Did you say nuclear? Is that because it's American?
I said nuclear.
Nuclear.